Merry Christmas, you filthy animals!
Fuck's sake.
It's the best time of year, Ryan.
It's our. We come into our prime, I reckon.
We do. They are by far our most popular episodes.
Well, a lot of people in the Discord, or at least two, have said that the Love Actually episode was why they continually listen.
Yes, I met a guy who at that sportsman's dinner.
Okay.
He said his favourite episodes was by far the Love Actually episode, because he says the best episodes are the ones where we either disagree on a film, which there hasn't been that many.
Yeah.
Although there is going to be one in the new year I'm going to do that is going to be a fucking belter.
Yeah, okay.
Because you hate it and I love it.
Oh, no.
And the other best episodes are the ones where we both despise the film.
Okay.
See, I don't even despise Love Actually. That's the thing.
Okay.
I quite like it, but I realise how awful it fucking is.
Yeah.
But I've had a lot of messages this week about people saying that about The Business as well.
Really?
They agree with us in terms of it's simultaneously the best film ever made and the worst film ever made.
Yeah. Good. We might have different ones on this.
I don't know.
Home Alone 2?
Home Alone 2, I don't know.
Okay, we'll get to it.
I slightly have changed my opinion after watching it last night.
Right, so I watched it this morning. We can go straight into it. I have nothing to say about this.
Well, we should have a wee bit of chat.
All right, but well, here's my wee bit of chat. I thought I'd be right. I ended up watching the NFL all night. Right. I didn't watch the late game, and then I went, I haven't actually seen the fucking film. I haven't watched it, so in ages, I've seen it before, obviously, right? But I went to bed at midnight, woke up at 6:30, went to the gym.
Right.
Because I thought it would wake me up.
Right.
Try to be like 21st century guy.
Yeah.
Then watch Home Alone 2 right after.
Did you not watch it at the gym?
No.
What were you doing at the gym, first of all?
Oh, legs.
Fuck off, Ryan. Fuck off.
I'm on a plan.
Don't be one of those guys
I'm
now.
on a plan.
No.
I'm on a plan.
Oh, for fuck. You've got a leg day.
Oh, well,
is there a guy that does it with you?
Not at all. I would never do that.
Where did you get the plan then?
Never do that. Victoria.
Right. Okay, she's actually
She used to be.
Right. So Victoria knows what she's fucking talking about.
Aye.
See, if I asked Victoria for a plan, would you give me one?
Yeah, for yourself. Yeah, I catered.
For myself. Of course, for myself. We're not going to be on the same plans.
I'm not.
All right.
My plan is usually like, this is the weakest guy anybody's ever seen. I keep doing I keep finding out I've got weird things that I can lift heavy, and then everything else is like a 12-year-old.
Are you lifting most of this with your cock?
Imagine.
Do you want me to spot you there, mate? I'm all right.
I don't know why my triceps are really strong. Nobody has strong triceps.
Imagine if other people. Have you ever seen that exercise they do in the gym where there's like a big massive rope and people are like whipping it like that?
Oh, Jesus, I see.
Have they ever asked you to just stand in the corner and they use your cock as that apparatus?
I'm like, what do I get out of this?
What do you get out of it? What? You get random people whipping your cock. That's what you get out of it.
Oh, man. I keep giving out about this guy, right? Because I feel... The way you said, don't be one of them guys, I feel proper disgust being in there, Yeah, I'll see how long I stick to the plan's only for 8 weeks, and after that, it just is going to be a general maintenance because I have to try and put on weight.
Yeah.
After that, I'll be just like, I don't care, I'll just do what I like to do. I'm not into any other shit. A terrible morning, by the way, was my point there. Terrible. Right. I'll never do that again. That was unenjoyable. I don't give a flying fuck about what people talk about.
You wouldn't advise going to the gym that early,
Don't be going to the gym in the morning thinking it's some sort of Mark Wahlberg shit. Grow up. Right?
Do you ever think you're also a piece of shit for sitting up watching the NFL all night?
No. I would do that. I'll do that till I die. Great. I didn't watch the late game, though. No. I usually finish it at 4:30 in the morning.
Because I was going to say midnight's not that bad.
No, last
NFL
night I only finished it at the 9 o'clock game, so I was a midnight.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying this as someone who woke up in the middle of the night. I didn't stay up, but I woke up in the middle of the night, couldn't get back to sleep, and watched the main event of WWE Survivor Series. So,
and you're giving out to me about watching an actual competitive sport. You're watching a bunch of fucking It is a competitive sport. What are you
No, it's a competitive. No, I'm not saying it's not a competitive sport. I'm not saying it's any more valid than WWE, but
you would have laughed. By the way, there was someone got absolutely murdered in the old NFL. There, proper like
really
Hollywood type of stuff. Yeah, he got crumpled. The guy got ejected, and the quarterback sitting there, doing that fencing thing with their arms. They're all like, his brain was completely mangled, and he's like, it's just concussions, but they're heavy concussions. Do you know you like, I got a concussion, oh my God, I fell over and you think, but the NFL ones is like, you got hit in the head by a car.
Jesus.
And that's why they're all like eating petty flus for the rest of their life. Fromage frais. There's a guy in the gym I go to that's like, he looks like he's, I think he's like he looks kind of like he's from somewhere like Sri Lanka. That's where I've got him pinned as. Right? He looks Sri Lanka
specific.
Yeah, it is very specific. But like this guy is one of these guys that just wants everyone to look at him.
Does he film himself?
No, which is actually he probably doesn't have a phone.
Right.
But if you come in most days, he's at the punching bag.
Oh
with kendo sticks.
Yes.
So he's sitting there going. Smacking
That's
them, right?
fucking excellent.
It's not excellent, right? So it's not. You think you'd be great to having some guy trying to be Jean-Claude Van Damme in the middle of a gym. It isn't, right? He's not even that good at it, right? Then he'd be like, he'd be over at the weights part, and he'd bring in over the stool, and he'd be sitting there with like his stick basically, and then he'd be doing like sit-ups the wrong way, and then flipping the stick in the air and catching it and sitting down, and like you could see the anger in everyone going like, you're not actually that good at any of this. And even if you were, cringe. Very cringy.
That is quite.
I reckon you would, as much as you went, oh, that sounds good, I guarantee you within 3 seconds you'd be just real mad at this person.
If it was nunchucks,
it'd
be awesome.
Like Eugene, Eugene and the nunchucks.
Oh yeah, we've talked about. Oh, by the way, also because we're in Christmas mode now for the next 4 weeks, Ryan's going to tell the sausage story.
The story's not fucking good.
He's going to tell it. I don't know if it'll be today, but the sausage story is coming.
You're such a fucking dick. Only you and Waugh find it funny. First of all, only 2 people find this funny. Second of all, you've built it up now for a year.
It's the best.
It's not a fucking best story.
Have you ever seen Mickey Bartlett do nunchucks?
No,
yeah. No, it's not Mickey Bartlett.
That is Mickey.
No, Mickey does. No,
skipping.
Skipping is what Mickey's incredibly good at. It's Paul Perry. Remember Paul Perry?
Yeah, I remember
alcoholic comedian Paul Perry.
Yeah. There were probably just 2 bottles of wine.
He's fucking incredible at nunchucks. He's also incredible at basketball.
Is he?
Bizarrely.
I would never guess that. No. I haven't seen Paul in ages.
Fucking insane. I've watched, because if you're trying to put on weight, you probably won't do much cardio.
Do you know what? That's my favorite part. It's such a stupid idea. I was told, no, just stop doing it, because every time I used to go to the gym, I'd be like, give me that elliptical there for half an hour.
Yeah.
And they're like, can you stop doing that now?
Elliptical?
Yeah.
What the fuck's the elliptical?
It's like I hate going on a treadmill.
Skiing machine.
It's not the skiing one you go whoosh. It's the one you're like...
That's not a machine. There's no machine that goes whoosh, whoosh.
That sounds like I'm whipping people. No. Like the ski machine's the one where there's like 2 ropes kind of up high, and you yank them down. You kind of go down into squat. It is.
No, that's not a machine.
It is. I think it's sad.
No, that's bell ringing. It's what you're turned up to there.
You're thinking of your day job and Notre Dame.
What you're doing is wanking off 2 incredibly tall men. That's what you're doing.
Gary Barlow's kid. No. No, not the ski. I suppose it looks kind of like a ski because you're doing this. You know the one.
That's what I would always know that as the kind of, because you're moving your arms forward
and your
legs are sliding.
Yes. Yeah. It's an elliptical.
Yeah. What I was going to say was, because I've watched
people at the gym
on the odd times I have gone to the gym, I have watched the films that we had to do that week. Because it's like a time where you're doing something else and you're working at the same time. Because I consider this work, what we do in this podcast. I consider this very serious work. And I asked my accountant if I could tax deduct my gym membership.
Oh, right.
'Cause I've had it for about 5-6 years, and I've maybe used it.
So I was chatting to someone else about
times.
your accountant.
Were you?
Yeah, I know someone else who has it, and I go, this doesn't happen to be the guy that Nelson has. That
Who were you speaking to?
Was it Chris Forbes?
Chris Forbes, yeah. Forbes got the same one.
Yeah. Forbes, yeah.
I directed Kev to Forbes, yeah. Oh no, Kev's a fucking sound guy, but he doesn't. I thought.
Did I tell you about? The time I got an accountant, I used to have one. The guy was like, the first thing he says, like, right, you're a comedian. Like, we have to do this all by the book. And I was like, how many fucking comedians come in? Like,
that's the same with Waugh. Waugh had that guy.
Yeah, the same guy. That was the same guy.
If you're thinking about diddling the system here, get the fuck out. No, we don't diddle the system. But I will ask. There was a great. Do you remember when I did the Kings?
Yeah.
And I bought that massive rubber chicken.
That's obviously tax stuff.
I don't know because I've not. That tax year hasn't come up yet.
Ah, okay.
So I'm gonna see if I can get away with the massive chicken.
You're bound
because the massive chicken was. I specifically remember the night I bought the massive chicken. For anyone that saw this show, right, I used to do a bit where Seamus had bought this rubber chicken on holiday, and it was the funniest fucking thing either of us had. In his short life, obviously it was the funniest thing.
Yeah,
but for me, in a much longer life, it was genuinely any time he did it, it makes this incredible wailing orgasm sound.
Yeah.
And he was doing it in restaurants, and I was fucking killing myself, crying, laughing. So I did this bit about him buying it in my tour. And then I did it. So I thought the reason I bought the big massive one was I was in Blackpool, right? I was doing my tour show in Blackpool, and it's the only time I'd forgotten the chicken. Right? I was in such a rush to get out, I'd forgotten the fucking chicken. So I was like, right, well that's a bit at the start I'm missing, and it's also a callback that I'm missing. So I'm rewriting the thing, and then. On the train down, I'm fucking putting it out on social media. Does anyone know where I could get this rubber chicken? I'm putting a photo up of it. And folk are like, it's fucking Blackpool. You'll get fucking every second shop will sell a rubber chicken. So I get down there and I'm searching about, and eventually I found a joke emporium. It wasn't even a shop, a joke emporium. Okay. This fucking massive joke store, right? So I walked. Now, Blackpool's a deceiving place because it doesn't look that big. But the promenade and the front bit is miles. I mean, it's about 2 miles long. Yeah. So this bit was right at the other end of where the comedy station is.
Okay.
So I was like, right, they've got them.
Okay.
Right. I'll go there. Fucking shut because it was out of season. So the tour show was in February, so it was out of season. So the place is shut. So by that point, I'm like, right, well, that's it, fucked. So then I went into this shithole hotel and I was like, I'm just going to get a fucking pint. And I ended up having 3 pints while I was in there because I was so raging about this chicken. And I was like, I wonder if you can get a massive chicken. And I was like, I'll buy a massive chicken for the King's show because it's the biggest show.
Yeah.
I'll see how high it can get. So I found a 6-foot chicken.
It's fucking
and it was 90 quid. It cost 30 and it was 60 quid to get it transported from China. And I was like, fucking hell.
That's bound to be taxed. That's so funny, 60 quid. You're like, what does this guy need this for?
I know,
he's so
but
desperate.
It took ages to come as well.
Stuck in the Suez Canal and stuff.
I know, but I was proper panicking because I was like, because I've ordered dodgy football tops from China before. And I've been panicking before Christmas because I've bought them for gifts. And I'm like, fucking.
When are these? That's great. But I'm in Blackpool this weekend.
Are you? Nice. Paula from the Laughter House messaged me before this saying when we could come down. She'll try and get me and you down together.
Aye. Chris told me as well. He was like, "That's good." I told
her to fuck off.
He was like, "Oh, like it was Mark sent his, and I just put me down as available."
Right. Before we get to the film, 2 things we need to mention. I have kept in the spirit of things and got a Christmas jumper. Ryan kind of has a Christmas jumper.
I don't actually have my Christmas jumper ready, but I do have a vast collection of jumpers, as you may have noticed from the podcast. And I went, look, listen, I go, if I present this as a Christmas jumper,
I would say that's an alpine jumper.
It's an okay, yeah.
I would give that a skiing jumper.
Like
you could wear that après ski.
Okay, right, yeah.
If you brought that out at altitude next year, at the après ski, they'd be like, "That's all right."
Okay.
So I'll give that as a Christmas jumper.
It's barely.
Yeah,
it's barely. We'll see.
But it's all right. It's all right. And the other thing,
yours is a Christmas jumper.
Yeah. Oh, I've got this is an older one. This is a one I bought last year, but I've got some belters coming up.
Nice.
I also opened up. I bought an advent calendar of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, where every day, so you open it up and it becomes like a book, and then you've got the front. So the house is all, because have you seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
No,
I nearly picked it this year.
It's on it's on the list of possibilities.
Incredible.
It's on the possibility list for the Patreon.
Right, good. It's incredible, right? And they have an advent calendar in that is a Victorian house. And for years, my mum was like, if I could get that as an advent calendar, that would be incredible. And then someone made it, but it cost like $3,000 to buy or something like that. And then I think it was just after the Fringe, just at the start of September, I saw one of those adverts that comes up on like Instagram or Facebook and stuff, and it was a National Lampoon's advent calendar, but it's the lit up house as the background, and then the front yard is there, and every day you get a wee character or something to do with the film, and then you build up the scene. So I bought it immediately.
Yeah. How much was it?
It wasn't that bad. It was about, I think it was about 18 quid.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Which wasn't that bad. And then, so I've got that. Isla has a Taylor Swift advent calendar where she gets a tiny wee...
A finger?
She gets a tiny wee, like, what's those pop people, the wee...
Well, wee bobbleheads.
Aye.
Not a bobblehead, but a Funko Pop.
Funko Pop, yeah.
Funko Pops.
She gets one of them, a Taylor Swift in one of the different outfits from the tour every day. And Sheamus, I bought Sheamus a WWE one, but it turned out it was utter shite, and the wee characters were tiny, and it had 3 Hulk Hogans in it, and none of them looked like any of the people.
So you're like,
so he's now got a Hot Wheels one, but he gets a wee car every day, which is quite cool. But yeah, I'm excited every day. So
Tyco RC. Sorry, that's Tyco RC, isn't it? That's the guys, the toy company that makes
Hot Wheels. Is it?
I don't even remember because it was RC, Ryan Cullen.
I was speaking to a balloon sculptor yesterday about Hot Wheels.
I mean, a balloon sculptor.
There's a sentence you never thought you'd hear anyone say, eh?
You're chatting to a balloon sculptor about Hot Wheels?
Yes. I was talking to, we went for a meal yesterday because it was the 1st of December.
Woo!
I know. And we were walking on Ashton Lane in Glasgow, and there was a guy balloon sculpting outside a place, and he apparently does it every weekend.
You're not a balloon sculptor though, you're just blowing up balloons and tying them.
No, it's a genuine skill. It was fucking unreal what this guy made. He made Seamus a Santa Claus, and he made Isla a Christmas wreath with a candle in the middle.
Okay, fair enough.
And so we're talking to him, I was just chatting away to him and stuff while he's making all the shit. And he was asking what Seamus was getting, what he wanted for Christmas and stuff. He's like, I've asked for this Hot Wheels. It's the coolest fuck thing. It's this thing where you fire a car and it comes out of a dragon's mouth. Does stunts and shit. It's awesome. And he was like, oh, Hot Wheels are coming back. And then he was telling me about this show he watches where a guy designs trainers, right? That's like his job, but he's a car collector. But he only collects Porsches. So he's got this fucking like estate full of Porsches. But Hot Wheels have made 4 cars in the designs of his trainers.
My God.
That's class.
That is good.
That's really cool.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah.
You know what? You've turned me around to balloon sculptors. Like I don't really think, by the way, that they're a real job still. Or a real
it's not a real job.
Or not a real job,
like,
real sculptor. I don't know about a real talent.
Your dad's not telling people at his work what you do for a living if you're a balloon sculptor.
Yeah.
My dad probably doesn't even tell people what I do for a fucking living.
Yeah.
But
he's he grouts.
he died.
He died. He died in the fall. The fall of the Berlin Wall. What was I going to say? There was another thing. Do you want to actually whip out? We can do that before. Let's whip it out. Let's go, Mason. Now, let's actually do, because if you don't know, we have a Patreon. Okay. And for Christmas, we're going to do a couple of different episodes. Obviously, we always have a bonus episode anyway every week. Like this week's is going to be normal, I believe. I put in the thing, can you give us some general Christmas stuff we're going to just talk about? I presume there's, I don't really look at the questions until I see, so I presume there
Christmas is. So Christmas Patreons, we're going to do an episode where the patrons have picked a Christmas film. We're going to watch that.
We're going to draw that out now.
We're going to draw that out now. We're going to watch A Castle for Christmas.
Yeah, that's
which is possibly the film I hate more than anything in life.
Yeah. Okay.
We've also come up with the idea where me and Ryan are going to write Christmas cracker jokes each.
Yeah.
And we're going to pull them out. And they're going to be the most offensive and inappropriate Christmas cracker jokes we can possibly come up with. And I also had an idea for the fourth one, but it's not going to happen, so I'm glad we're just doing this today.
Okay.
I had an idea because I remember seeing 2 years ago that a company were selling Christmas dinner in a can.
Oh, Jesus.
Right? It was different layers of your Christmas dinner.
Off.
And I've tried for an entire week now to find it, and it's been discontinued.
Thank God. I'm very happy
that was insane. It was like a layer of turkey, a layer of sprouts, a layer of stuffing, a layer of potato, and then it was all in this congealed jelly that was the gravy. And I was like, if we get 2 cans of that and we just eat it and review it, it'd be awesome.
I'm fucking so happy. I'm done with reviewing shit foods. From fucking years ago.
Heinz did a soup. Heinz did a Christmas soup, and I can't find that either.
What's a Christmas soup?
Christmas soup. It looked awful.
Eggnog and racism.
It was bits of turkey, and then it had one massive Brussels sprout in it, and then like a really soggy Yorkshire pudding. Bizarrely,
Do you want to know by right? So we're going to draw out these Christmas ones. Hold on, I'm just writing random numbers to these because I have them and I'll read them out to you. Do you want to know what we're drawing out before, or do you want to know after? Right? You want to know?
Right? No, I don't want to. I don't want to know.
Okay,
because we'll do it like the Halloween. I'll put in the random number generator.
Oh,
again.
All right. Do you want to? Well,
if you assign them numbers.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
And then I'll random number generator it.
Okay. So how many do I have here? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 13 films to choose from.
13 films.
Right. To choose from.
Right.
I hopefully I haven't forgot someone's, but fuck you.
Thank you for your subscription.
Okay, here we go. And
right, has everyone got a number?
I'm missing a number. I've made a balls of this.
Right.
4, 3, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9.
This is cracking content.
Right. And I
are we all good?
Yes, we are.
Right. Okay.
So we're doing ready.
Right. Generate. 1 was 13. Number 6.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
I'm so happy. In fairness, this one's a great one. Our Patreon special thing this year is going to be Santa with muscles.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Which is Hulk Hogan as Santa.
Jesus Christ.
There's some bangers and some absolutely dreadful ones in here, right? So I'll tell you what we could have had.
That's actually quite a good episode.
It is actually quite good. There is a couple of way better films here, right? So the numbers we had Gremlins.
That would have been good.
Yeah. We're probably going to do that anyway.
Yeah, we're going to do that anyway, yeah.
We had The Greatest Store in the World.
Shite.
Have you seen it?
No.
No idea what it is. A very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas.
That would have been good.
Right. Jingle All the Way. Probably do that anyway.
We'll do that.
Yeah. Fat Man.
Yeah, Belter. Big Mel.
Big Mel, right.
We'll do that.
Santa with muscles.
Right.
We had Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
That would have also been good.
Yeah. We had Anna and the Apocalypse.
I don't know that.
I googled it because I was like, somebody was trying to be funny. It did have a picture of, it was like a horror musical Christmas thing, and there was someone had a candy stick that was Christmas, so it was a Christmas. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation,
Belter.
Scrooged,
Excellent.
Trading Places,
Excellent.
Miss Miracle 2, Miracle in Manhattan. And Muppets Christmas Carol. There was some belter ones. I mean, like, a lot of these are definitely going to be done anyway. Like, others, I'm glad we kind of landed on.
We will do a lot of them. So I'm quite glad it's a shite one that we'd never have thought of.
Yeah, I've never even heard of this. Santa with Muscles.
I've heard of Santa with Muscles, yeah.
So Santa with Muscles is what
with Hogan.
Who
first Hulk Hogan film.
That's not
of his many.
I trying to see who the fuck Santa with Muscles was. Santa with Muscles was from someone, BSP, whoever the fuck BSP is.
Thank you for that. That's going to be a belter.
BSP, Michael Bisping.
Cheers.
We had
right. That's going to be fun.
Muppets Christmas Carol is right there.
Yeah. I'm before we get to the episode. Greg Wallace.
Oh, so I don't know who this guy is.
You don't. How can you not know who Greg Wallace is?
Until everything now, I know who he is. All right, he's very funny.
He has. I have never seen Amy hate anyone more in her life, and for years, refuses to watch MasterChef and loves that kind of show, but refuses because she found him so repulsive. And we've both put jokes up about. Have you put? No, you got it for the McGregor.
Yeah,
I've got it. Do you remember when Threads came around?
Yeah.
Right, and Threads was like, this will be nice. This will be like Twitter. It's like what Blue Sky will become.
Yeah.
Right, and they were like, oh no, but it's Instagram, but it's Instagram Twitter, and it'll be really nice. I have not received anywhere near the abuse on any other social platform than Threads for slagging off Greg Wallace.
That's so funny.
The people that have got fucking abusive with me.
I'm not on Threads anymore. Are you still going? That's hilarious.
I didn't know I was on it either. But
it's automatic posting.
It just crosses over.
That's
if you post
funny.
something from Instagram. And I was suddenly getting messages going, who the fuck are you, you prick? And all this kind of like, oh my God.
Craig Wallace. Yeah, I saw his, I genuinely fell for an AI fucking thing about Greg Wallace. You know that interview he did, the reply video he did? Somebody had like changed it like something like, Santa's a fat hoe. It was across his like jumper, and I was like, and people are like, Jesus, what you think of all videos, you think you would have not worn that? And I was like, this guy's a mad cunt. And then I realized it was fake when I saw it later again.
I love that his entire defense is basically middle-aged bitches be crazy.
What a way to help. Yeah. You've been accused of sexism, or were they menopausal cows between?
Fucking wank.
Where is he from?
His history is he's a former football casual, right? But
Millwall.
I was doing the football show Off the Ball on Saturday, and I mentioned this because we get told not to mention him at all, and there was some dubiousness over whether he was an actual football casual. Because apparently there's been interviews come out with actual Millwall casuals which have gone, this guy was maybe at a couple of games, but he certainly wasn't a fucking casual. It's very much in the same way that Gordon Ramsay claims he played for Rangers.
Okay, right.
And you're like, right, you had trials at youth level for Rangers. You never played for fucking Rangers, right?
Okay, I didn't even know that.
So it's very much a kind of, look how working class I am.
Yeah.
But he was a greengrocer, and then suddenly becomes like, there's been so many times we've watched MasterChef and Amy's been screaming at the screen going, she's been like, if I was on that and he gave an opinion, I would literally say to him, I don't give a fuck what you think.
That's great.
Why would I ever take your opinion?
Yeah, okay.
Of all the professional celebrity chefs there are now.
So it's like, he's like Paul Hollywood, but the Hollywood is the Belfast one.
Yes, exactly, yeah. But Hollywood's like
Paul Bollywood.
But But did you see some of the stuff he said?
No. I just seen the general, like, he's been accused of various.
So the two. I mean, there's a lot of things that you don't know whether are true. Apparently, there was like a Chinese contestant on, and he started going, "Me love you long time" and all that kind of shit, right? But there's two things that was on Pop Bitch from years ago.
Yeah.
That one was someone had made some dish. And John Turode, who's the other guy that's the judge, he's an actual Michelin star chef. They tasted something that was dog awful, and they'd said, "I don't really know what this tastes like." And then Greg Wallace had said, "I know exactly what it tastes like. It tastes like my aunt's cunt."
Jesus Christ! What?
Like fucking unreal, right?
That doesn't sound like a fuck it.
So that was cut out by the editing staff. This is where the BBC, you kind of go, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
Yeah.
But the one I laughed my ass off was he went up to like this kind of younger male contestant who was making some kind of dessert with a jam or something in it, right? And he goes up, and this is being filmed. This isn't like backstage before they go on. This is, right, go up to the guy, ask him what he's making, he'll explain it to you, then Turode will go, "Oh, I don't know about those mix of flavours."
Yeah.
Wallace will go, "Well, I'm a fat cunt, I'll love this."
Yeah.
That's the way it normally works. So they go up and they say, "What are you making here?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm doing this jam, jelly, infusion dessert." And Turode plays his part and goes, "Whoa, your flavours are lime with banana. That seems a bit of a strange, but we'll see if it works." And then Greg Wallace, while he knows cameras are running, goes, "Do you know what the difference is between jelly and jam?"
Oh no, is that fucking that
and
joke?
The guy goes, "I don't know, the gelatin." And then Greg Wallace goes, "No, you can't jelly your cock up your girlfriend's arse."
Fuck's sake.
This is being filmed, you mad bastard.
MasterChef.
Because like a lot of people, a lot of the shit I was getting in messages and stuff as well were going, "Oh well, let's hope." First one guy says, I take it you've never made a joke at your work. And I was like, well, it's my fucking job for a start, so yeah.
Yeah.
But,
there's a time and a place for these things.
But then a lot of folk are going, "Oh, this is what it's like now. This is what it's like now. You can't even make jokes at work. You can't even make jokes at work anymore." And you're going, at one point, right, the guy walked into the studio naked with just a sock over his cock and balls. If you did that in any other workplace,
at any decade,
you would be fired and the police would be called.
Yeah.
But this is where they go, "Oh, fucking wokeism's gone too far now. Can't walk about with your balls out. Fucking sock over your cock. The fuck? Can't do anything anymore."
I honestly think, you know what? As much as there's like the mad left wing like whinging about ridiculous things, there's also a level that the only people I ever see crying ever about anything is the real woke's gone mad. Can't do this. I remember back in my day. They do so much crying. It's such a weak. Oh, that's very funny.
There was a guy in the radio.
Can't even walk in.
I saw a radio phone in about it where a guy was saying, "Do you know, I have actual proof that middle-aged men are walking away from the workplace because they don't know what they're allowed to say anymore." And you're like, "No, you do.
Yeah.
This is nothing to do with things evolving and language evolving. This is things. Is this a mad bastard thing to say? Yes, it is. I won't fucking say it."
They're talking like you could turn on the Antiques Roadshow in 2001 and it's fucking, what do you call them? Dexter goes, "Well, that would be like, I'll tell you what that, it reminds me when I fucked your mother's arsehole." And they're like, "See, that was the golden age of television. It never happened."
Yeah, they're acting like Morecambe and Wise were chasing women around the studios. Just fucking slapping their arses. And like draping their cock over people's shoulders. That's the good old days. That's what happened in the good old days.
So, do you know what always changed my opinion about all this? I was watching Tough Crowd, the Cullen show, right? And they were all discussing. This is when's Tough Crowd? Late 90s? No, probably early mid 2000s maybe, right? And every one of them is talking about the exact same shit that we're talking about.
Of course.
Left-wing people whining, right-wing people too far. Fucking basically talking about cancel culture and things you can't say anymore. And I was just sitting there going like, this is just a cycle. A cycle that has always been there. The only difference is possibly it's highlighted more because social media is everywhere. That's pretty much it. Same conversations.
The same arguments recycle constantly.
Recycle, just updated slightly. It's so funny.
Do you know what's very similar to it, right? There's a picture where when people go on about, oh, fucking, look at everyone nowadays sitting on their phones in trains, just ignoring, not speaking to anyone. And then there's a picture where literally the exact same comment is, look at everyone just in their own world, not speaking to anyone, from like the 40s, where they're all sitting there reading the paper.
Yeah.
And the same arguments come out. The same arguments over social media rotting people's brains were the same things when television was invented and when radio was invented. It's just recycled arguments of...
Music was also turning into the devil. Now it's Mark Goldbridge.
Yeah, the same shit that people levelled at Marilyn Manson is exactly the same what they levelled at Elvis when he started. Like it's
same nonsense. Well,
right.
I heard a beep off this. So.
Right.
No, it's all
cool. Right. So our first Christmas film is our second sequel, and I wasn't gonna pick this. But I thought I have a new theory.
Right.
So we did Home Alone last year, and I presented about 4 different theories over what's going on in the McAllister family. And those, a lot of them are backed up again by the second film.
Okay, right.
But I also have an entire new one.
Okay. Do you want to go through, do you remember what the basic small ones of the old theory was the one who was a people trafficker, wasn't it?
So the very well held up.
My reaction there.
I was going to say the modern, the popular theory. It's not the popular theory. The discussion around Home Alone has always been, what the fuck does the dad do for a living that he can afford
everything
that's going? So the second, that one reinforces it by the fact that he's taken the entire, I mean, he's taken about what seems like about 36 people on holiday to Miami, paying for the, Uncle Frank says your dad's paying for the entire trip. Their house is incredible. Right? The guy dresses well. And what I noticed at the start is their electricity bill must be through the fucking roof. When it comes to the house at the start, there is not one room in that house that doesn't have its light on.
Yeah, okay.
And the entire house is lit up outside, and including the trees. Right? So the thing has always been, what the fuck does he do, right?
Crypto.
And that would be the modern one.
Yeah.
The popular theory has always been that he is involved in the mob somehow.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, right.
Right. I posited the theory that he's a people trafficker.
Yes.
And that's why they were going to Paris.
Right? They left up. Yeah.
I think there are things in the second one that reinforce this theory.
Right.
Do you want to know what they are?
I do fucking want to know this. Right. So
one of the things I noticed last night when I was watching it with Amy and the kids.
Okay.
The reason they're late, because this is why I didn't enjoy it as much this year because I was looking at it like we always do with a critical eye.
Yeah.
I was like, this is exactly the same film as the first film.
Yeah.
It could have been better, and I'll tell you why I think it could have been better later on, right? But it's an exact carbon copy of the first film.
It is, yeah.
Right?
I found that too.
It starts the same mishap happens. There's a different way they lose Kevin.
They make the same joke. They kind of do like a thing like, oh, this is the same, but you're just
Brenda Fricker replaces the shovel dude.
Yeah.
The Wet Bandits are back.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same film.
Yeah.
Right? Almost to the music. I mean, the music, when they realise they're late and they go, we did it again. Right, so it's the same film. What I think, right, the first clue that I have that they're people traffickers, is in the first film, right, there's a power cut while they're asleep. There's nothing they can do about that. because the alarm doesn't go off.
Yeah.
In the second film, the reason why they're late is because Peter McAllister needs batteries for his camcorder, right? He's taking a camcorder. I'm just leaving that in the air, right?
You're just going to leave that out.
Then Catherine O'Hara says, I was charged the batteries in the plug. He goes out, takes the plug battery out, but pulls the whole plug out, which means that his alarm clock comes out, and then it flashes up like anyone who's ever had a power cut. It flashes up, it just goes 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12 midday, right? First of all, there's no way you're sleeping through that. If that's flashing all fucking night, you're not sleeping through it. You're noticing that it's reset itself, and then you reset the alarm. Why is that the only fucking clock or alarm in the entire house? Right? No other house, no other place. Not Uncle Frank and Aunt Leslie.
They're all like,
they don't have an alarm. They don't have an alarm set. None of the kids have an alarm set. Right? None of the kids wake up. That's again a point I made in the first one. None of the kids wake up for a piss in the middle of the night, including the kid that pisses the bed.
Yeah.
Right? These are young children, even younger in the first film. None of them get up in the middle of the night. Right? My theory is that there is a certain gas put out through the house through the night that keeps the people that they are trafficking placid and asleep throughout the night, right? Because that's the time McAllister obviously needs to get asleep, right? He can't have them. That's the time when he's most vulnerable. That's the time when they're going to escape. They live in suburban Chicago, right?
Right.
They need some kind of gas being pumped in to keep them asleep. Right? That's the first reason. That's why nobody wakes up.
Right, okay.
They also keep it like a Vegas casino where they can't have clocks around the place. They can't have alarms around the place. They need to keep these people in a state of complete unknown where they don't know what's reality and what isn't anymore. So as I've already said, they are at sometimes, I'm not saying all the time, I'm saying it sometimes when they've been overburdened with work, the three McAllister brothers have had to use the family home to host some of the trafficked people.
So can I just, first of all, when where are the trafficked people? Are you saying that some of those kids?
No.
You said under the boards or somewhere in the house?
I'm saying because the whole family aren't there most of the time.
Yes.
Most of the time it is Catherine, I think, what's her name? Is it Kate?
It's Kate McCann.
Kate.
That's how fucking bad parents they are.
so Catherine O'Hara, John Hurd is Peter McAllister.
Yeah.
Buzz, who we've established is Kevin's big brother.
Yeah.
I think there is another brother.
The little one, isn't it? Kieran?
No, he's Uncle Frank's son, because that's the reason he wets the bed, because Uncle Frank's abused him.
Yeah. Okay.
If you remember from last year.
That's right, yeah. Diddles him.
And I've got... wait till I get to Uncle Frank in this one.
Yeah.
And maybe there's a sister, right? So say there's 5 in the McAllister family.
Yeah.
They never use the house apart from when I reckon Catherine O'Hara's mum and dad live somewhere like Kansas or somewhere like that. She takes the kids to visit her parents. Peter has to work. That's when they use that house as almost like an overflow car park for the trafficked people.
An overflow car park. So you think... Right, well, this is quite a theory now. I mean, this is now went up a level from the last one. You're now saying that they're putting some sort of gas throughout the house to keep people in a sedate.
I never thought of that when I watched the first one. I never thought of that last year.
Oh, that's surprising.
I only saw it this year.
Yeah.
Right, so Peter McAllister, he's the main guy. He's like the top guy that Liam Neeson would go and find and taken.
You don't have me convinced so far.
Right. Uncle Rob, who lives in New York.
You're right.
He's the money man.
Sure.
He's the Vito Corleone.
Okay.
Right, he's the guy they send out. He's always away.
Is that why it's on the little notepad?
He's in Paris during this film.
Okay.
Why, coincidentally, is he in Paris, the exact same city that Peter McAllister was going to in the last film? Why is he getting his house refurbished?
Does that little book with his address in it, are they all other sex traffickers?
I've not even looked. I need to look up at that. I need to look up at that.
Backs up your theory.
I need to look up.
Okay.
Right? So Rob, Uncle Rob,
Yeah.
he's in Paris.
Good name for a sex trafficker.
Exactly. He's running the European branch, which is their biggest branch. Let's face it, they're not.
Yeah, nobody wants to.
Do you know what I mean? Because
We've
they're
enough
too
fat people.
Because they're too far away. Because they're in Chicago, they're too far away from the Mexican border that they'll struggle to traffic people from there. So Paris is the next best base. He's running operations over there. He's getting the house refurbished because that was the main US distributing center for trafficked people.
Okay.
So he's wiping the floor clean. He's wiping the place clean of all evidence. Okay. Right? The place is a shithole. He's taking out floors, for fuck's sake. Who knows what kind of rooms were in there?
Okay.
Right? The place is done. Right. There's kerosene all over the place. Right? There's paint all over the place. There's so many cleaning agents around that thing that Kevin can use against the wet bandits. You don't need that. If you're refurbishing a house, why the fuck have you got kerosene in there?
You know what? You're starting to convince me.
Right?
Okay.
So it's wipe and clean that house because that's the main distribution centre for the US branch of trafficking people.
Okay, right.
Uncle Frank, he's the wild one, right?
He's the loose cannon.
He's Tommy in Goodfellas.
Sonny.
Right? You don't know what the fuck he's going to do.
Okay,
right? You need to keep him on a fucking leash.
He's Joe Pesci in every other film.
Yes.
So Joe Pesci's in.
Yes, which is why every time they go on vacation, there's no reason for Peter to pay for everyone to come, all of his family to come. The reason they pay for him to come is because he can't.
He keeps an eye on them.
He needs to be around about Frank all the time or he's going to fucking spill the beans because the guy's a fucking lunatic.
Do you think Frank, the reason why they don't trust Frank is they think Frank also shags his own merchandise?
Yes,
because
Frank gets high on his own supply. That's
it.
Yes,
high on the supply is what I shag the merchandise may have been but high on your own supply. And
Peter and Rob are completely professional.
Yeah,
they treat this as a business. Frank's a loose cannon, and he's diddled some of the people that they've trafficked.
And there is a lot of thing there. He's diddled his own kid.
Yes,
and
Fuller,
and then he was doing the fucking. When the little cunt Macaulay was walking in, where he was like, "Get your fucking eyes off me!" He didn't lock the door.
Right. See,
door wasn't locked.
Right.
He knew what he was doing. He knew there was a kid there. He was windmilling his cock against the shower curtain, and then went, "Oh, don't look."
So I've got three things about this. Right. So when Macaulay Culkin's playing with the wee recording device,
I had that exact recording device.
I've got that in my trivia. Right.
I have one.
You do?
I have one, yeah.
You should have brought it. That would have been fucking class.
It's in fucking Ireland, but
right.
Yeah, I had it when I was a kid. I don't still use it. Doing my jokes, recording the jokes in it.
Thought. So he, like you very well make a good point. He leaves the door open. No one does that if they're showering.
No.
You've stayed with people at Christmas.
Yeah.
You don't leave the door open
36
for people to walk in.
Madness. Singing loudly.
What is it that they say to Kevin that have you packed this yet? And he says, I can't pack it.
That's it.
I can't pack it because it's in the bathroom and Uncle Frank's in there.
Oh, right.
And he told me not to come in.
His passport or something.
Right? But did you hear what he said? Uncle Frank said that if I came in and saw him in the shower, I'd never feel like a real man again.
Mental.
Right?
Yes. Okay.
I have three.
Okay.
Either Uncle Frank meant, if you see me naked, you might get sexually attracted to men.
Right, yeah.
And then so he's been homophobic, you would never feel like a real man again. Right? That's the first theory. I don't really subscribe to that.
That's funny that you went, that is number one.
That's number one.
I would have had that at least 2, 3.
The second one is, if you come in here and I'm naked, I'm bumming the fuck out of you.
Yeah, that's what I think's number one.
And then you'll never feel like a real man again.
Yeah, that's what I got from it.
Don't think that, because I think even Uncle Frank, as much of a wild man as he is, he wouldn't bum Kevin in the house while everyone else is there.
Okay, yeah.
Peter wouldn't have that.
Yeah, Peter's like, Jesus.
I've let you away with enough, Frank.
Yeah.
This is a step too far.
Yeah.
Right?
He's called him Fuller. He's full of your cum. So.
I think Frank is talking about his own cock. I think Uncle Frank is packing massive heat.
You think all right.
And he said, if you come in here and see the size of this fucking thing, you will forever feel inferior compared to the beast I have in my trousers.
Frank the Log, they call me back in the day.
Yeah. The Yule log.
Frank the Yule log. McAllister. I feel like you started very poorly, but now you've got me fully convinced.
The more you look into it.
Yeah. Why do you bring everyone in? You have to bring everyone, keep an eye on everyone.
Yep.
Even when they were like, he's in New York, he's like, well, let's get a ticket for everyone to New York. He was like, I think nobody,
Where in America would you think is the sleaziest place, the most lawless place, but also the place that you could easily bring people in on a boat from other impoverished countries?
Okay.
Miami.
Yeah.
Where are they going for Christmas? Miami. You tell me they didn't look at what the weather reports were going to be. They turn up there, it's fucking pissing it down. That would have been a long-range weather report, and you'd have gone, do you know what? Miami doesn't seem that good.
Do you think?
But Peter's still adamant they're going to Miami because he knows a shipment's coming in.
We're just taking a quick stop off on a little island in the Virgin Islands. We got my friend Jeffrey.
Well, now.
In fairness, and then he went to Rob, who's in New York, and the fucking kid immediately was like, well, I'll go to this hotel because this is the one they're talking about.
Who owns that hotel?
Donald Trump.
Who's friends with Jeffrey Epstein?
Donald Trump.
The defence rests.
Okay.
Or the prosecution rests. More like.
The defence rests. After all, you're the defence.
Do you know why?
Wow.
Do you know why Trump's in it?
Why?
There was a clause around about this time when Trump owned a huge amount of New York property, where if you used, so like LA law fell foul of it and a lot of this stuff. If you used a Trump-owned property, you had to have him as a cameo.
That's fucking such a what? He's such a small dick. Why
Yes,
can't he's a tiny cock?
I know,
He's not like Frank at all.
but that's been cut out quite a lot from a lot of different versions.
I don't know why you do that either. That would annoy me. I don't even know why it annoys me. Like, I hope the man dies and all that, but
There's also a story.
I suppose you're cutting out a rapist if he was a cameo, but okay.
Because they were using
the more I think about it.
But I don't know why they used the plaza, but that's what he owned. Because apparently the plaza's even, when Kevin says, I want to work on my cannonballs, apparently the plaza doesn't even have a pool or a spa, right? That was a different hotel they filmed that in. Do you mind working my cannibals? Fucking have at it, kid. It's a car park. But
what happened to your knees? Oh, you don't want to know.
They wanted to do more in the plaza, but Trump demanded more of a cameo. Now, Chris Columbus the director wanted to cut Trump out of it completely, but then Trump's lawyers got in touch and said, well, you're going to have to take out the complete plaza stuff unless the cameo is in it. Because I have ideas of if they had filmed more, better, like other scenes where Trump was in it. Like, imagine like Trump.
But when that woman's checking him in, and he just walks past and just grabs her in the pussy.
Exactly, yeah. You could have done loads with it. Like Trump carol singing.
Yeah.
Silent night. It was a very silent night, Kevin. So silent, the most silent ever. I could hear it because I have excellent hearing, but nobody else. Such a silent night.
Tim Curry, is that an Indian name?
I actually have the hearing of a bat. Santa Claus is coming to town, Kevin. I put him up. He's a very good friend of mine. Stayed here at the plaza, Santa Claus. Gave him a sweet. Actually delivered the presents that night, Kevin. The fastest he's ever done it, apparently, Kevin.
The fastest he's ever done it. It's such a fucking thing. He's terrible at boasting. That's great. Big fan. Okay, well this really has backed up the theory. I mean, like you said this in the first one. I wasn't fully there. Wasn't fully there at the start. And now I'm like, there's too many things that make sense here.
Do you want to hear the other two theories?
Yeah, I do. Right.
So, I mean, we will talk about the actual film. But so, there's a widely read internet theory that in this film, Harry and Marv are actually in hell, and Kevin is the person that's taunting them.
That's a shit.
I think it's a shit one.
That's a shit one.
I think it's a shit one.
My theory, to add to yours, is a rival kidnapper is trying to get one of his kids, and they've been actually following Kevin McAllister purposely to traffic him.
Ooh.
And that's
there you go.
Oh, God, we broke out of prison. Here we are. We're in New York, and there he is again. Yeah. They were surprised to see him. My
new theory, right, is I don't know if you remember. So in the first Home Alone, there was another theory that, there was a theory that they don't actually want Kevin around, and that's why they left him, and that's why they pretty much.
I'm in that one.
They were almost in on Harry and Marv coming and stealing him, right? But then there's another theory
paid by his dad,
right, that Peter McAllister ran a covert black ops thing for the US government, and that was Kevin's. Do you remember this? That was Kevin's last training. So Harry and Marv were two agents that were sent in, and they would see how Kev would cope with them attacking the house.
Yes, okay.
Right? I've taken this theory onwards. Right? I think Kevin, right, has either... This is either... Right, there's two things, two strands to this, right? Kevin has either then been recruited as a Black Ops agent.
Okay.
He now has PTSD after the Iraq War.
And he's...
Right? So this is 1990... that he's recruited. He goes as a child soldier to the Iraq War. He's got PTSD. This entire film is in Kevin's head in some US military facility where he's having PTSD. That's why he talks to himself far more in this film than he ever does in the first one. He's constantly speaking to himself. None of this happens, right? This is all in his head.
All on a plane.
All in his head.
Okay.
My second theory. Kevin proved such an effective agent. He was captured in Afghanistan and then recruited and brainwashed by Al Qaeda.
Well, this was right. Okay.
Kevin is directly responsible for 9/11.
Okay. So you think he was doing recon out there?
Think at the start.
Right.
He says he needs the batteries, right? It's a diversion tactic.
Really?
He specifically runs towards the gate heading for New York.
Yeah.
He then is testing out the security systems and the robustness of it at the gate. He bumps into the lady, boarding them on. This is pre-9/11. Security is very lax. Drops his boarding pass and then says, "Are you on this plane?" Yeah, no, I dropped my boarding pass. It's amongst this when I bumped into you. She says, "Right, on you go." He's then reporting back to Al Qaeda going, "This is how easy it is to get on a flight."
Do you reckon when she lifted up the boarding passes after, and when he's already gone on the flight, she's looking through them, the next thing there's just one is like
Mohammed McAllister.
Death to the West and all this Arab writing.
Right. Where's the first place he goes in New York when he arrives?
Oh, yeah.
Top of the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
The top. He's the only person there.
Yeah.
Nobody goes to the top of the Twin Towers.
He had a spray can as well.
Why is he the... Why is he the only person there? The only person.
That's true.
He's looking out. The first thing he does is start taking photos when he's on top of the Twin Towers and looking through that binocular thing to see flight paths.
Okay, you think...
Where does he go directly after? Chinatown to buy fireworks.
I see. I mean...
He does all this before checking in.
What? Oh my God,
he's not checked into the hotel yet. He's not even turned up to the plaza
yet. You were checking in for the flight. The
minute he leaves that airport, the first place he goes is the Twin Towers. He goes right up to the top, starts taking photos, and starts casing the joint.
So instead of that, does that mean, do you know Tim Curry? Do you reckon he's actually kind of like a hotel marshal, kind of like an air marshal, but for hotels? And he's like, he saw Kevin McAllister come in and goes, "Oh, that terrorist bastard." he was fucking onto him.
Possibly.
I mean, this one's got more holes.
It's got holes. I mean, it's a good...
But not as big as the hole in the... No,
it's a good 9 years before the actual attack. But I don't know how long it takes to plan that scale of an attack.
I wouldn't say... I would say a long time. You'd think. You never know.
Has anyone...
I think your first one's definitely the ticket. This one...
Oh, this is just a new one I came up with last night.
This is... It's still... It you know, I don't know if you can just say that he's looking out and going, flight plans when he's just looking for...
I think the sentence, Kevin McAllister is directly responsible for 9/11, is a bold statement.
Yes. Yes. You know what? I hope it's true. I hate Kevin McAllister. Like, I still do. Remember the last one? This one's kind of reignited it.
Yeah.
I didn't like this film at all.
He's not he's not a likable child.
No, he's not. He's a little rat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I was hoping that guys would get him. I don't really know why they're in this film that much.
Here was a question I was going to ask you.
Right. Yeah.
Is this a better film if Harry and Marv never appear at all?
Yeah.
And the whole film is set in the hotel and him trying to outsmart Tim Curry and Rob Schneider?
That would have been much better. I did find when they turn up, I was just like, ugh. And then they go to that house and then the same thing. And I go, right, I get it. I suppose that's a part of the Home Alone kind of gimmick you're waiting for. But at the same time,
it is the same.
I suppose for kids, it's a kids movie. Is what you have to read. I think we're watching this at like adult goggles here, going, "What the?" I mean,
my kids were howling laughing last night.
Well, there you go.
And the punishments and the pranks and the traps are far, far, far more brutal than the first one. This is a lot more violent, this film, than the first one.
Yes, I did laugh my head off at the bricks.
Yeah. The bricks is hilarious.
Because, well, first of all, just stick into his head from that time. Kevin, he'd be fucking dead.
Yeah. When he gets electrocuted.
Yeah.
The fact that you see skeleton. But the skeleton still has a beard. It's fucking hilarious. Like that's...
Yeah, you get the nail gun kind of thing in the cock, the staple gun.
Yeah. And then...
cock and nose.
Joe Pesci dipping a flaming head into a toilet full of petrol. I mean, all of them, they're dead so many times in this film. They're dead so many times.
Yeah.
A fucking bag of cement lands directly on top of Marv's head, for fuck's sake.
He gets like, bricked 4 times from like 5 stories.
Yeah.
Do you think, right? I always thought if this was realistic and it would be quite funny, like the first phone call they'd get, because as a guy that has also been lost in New York, on the streets of New York, I reckon like he would have been potty, molested to bits under. That's the phone call they would have get. You know, they would be just like, you found him, because we've bet some.
Some,
he's down in. I'll tell you how bad he's in 2 different morgues right now. That's the phone call. That's would have been realistic.
Parts of Kevin are in all 5 boroughs.
Jesus, even his arse is in Staten Island only. Only his arse. Oh my God.
There's a really weird bit when on Christmas, because I keep forgetting it's Christmas Eve when all this takes place, because they're robbing the toy store on Christmas Eve. See when he goes into Central Park.
Yeah.
And then there's all the weirdos, like all the homeless people. And then for some reason, the prostitutes start winding up. Hey there, Sonny, you want someone to read you a bedtime story?
Yeah, like a fucking pedo whore. You got pedo whores. Imagine that. Imagine he did. Imagine he said yes because he missed his ma.
Fuck's sake.
This fucking prostitute tugging him or something, like absolute pedo. And they're like, well, we've look, McAllister's. He shouted to the parents to the police, you've got away with this the first time because it was kind of like in your house in your neighborhood. But this is quite a different one. Like where he was in Central Park. He picked up a prostitute on your card.
2 prostitutes.
So 2 prostitutes. He had a threesome with 2 manky prostitutes, right? Who said they were going to read him a bedtime story. They didn't know they do anything for money, including apparently pedophilia, right? He also made friends with a bird lady. He brought him to an abandoned apartment. Presumably, we don't know at this stage. He's more molested than alive.
Do you know what? But I laugh most at but that Boris one about Central Park when he's getting terrified by all the homeless people and then the prostitutes, and he runs into a taxi and he goes, "Ooh, scary out there." And then a guy turns around with like one eye and goes, "Ain't much better in here, kid." How the fuck is this guy got a job?
Well, Larry, that's one way to lose a fare. Straight after, "Ain't much better here, kid." Mo Sislak in the front.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so like he's racking up all this stuff. For some reason the hotel give him the room. You know, he's out foxing them.
I don't know why anyone is raging at any of the hotel staff. They do nothing wrong.
No, they just have to.
The only thing, when Tim Curry sneaks into the room, obviously that's a sackable offence.
Yeah.
But what all they're trying to do is stop someone fraudulently using a stolen credit card. That's all they know.
Yeah. This kid has nobody around.
Get him in a fucking street urchin. That's
yeah.
ripping off tourists left, right, and centre. They don't know.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. I don't think Brenda Fricker's character, right, was what she was just basically like a cat lady.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't really love anyone. I'll not talk to anybody together. You're just a mad woman.
Aye. I think we know why the love of her life left her.
Brenda fucking fricking herself off every evening. I can't believe I'm saying this by one of Ireland's greatest actors, Brenda Fricker.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Do you want to know, right, because you're talking about Brenda Fricker, I'll give you the trivia I found out about this. There's 4 good bits of trivia.
Okay, good. Yeah, I don't look at the trivia anymore because I know you're going to cover the trivia facts.
So, Macaulay Culkin, how much do you reckon Macaulay Culkin was paid for this? It was the highest ever salary for a child star at the time. I don't know what it is now. I was going to ask you what you reckon it is now.
Do you know who it is now?
I don't know what the highest salary for a child star is now.
I reckon he got 500 grand for this.
Not even close.
Fuck off. 45
times his salary for Home Alone. For Home Alone 2, he got paid $4.5 million.
Holy fuck. 4.5. I don't know. Like there's massive actors that get paid, like quite big ones, but that's a fucking.
I know.
It was such a massive film, I suppose, in that. Like, but holy.
Let's find out.
No wonder the man was fucking shitting up by the time he was 12.
I know. The highest ever child movie fee now.
I'm going to guess.
It's not going to. Highest.
I'm going to guess. Who am I going to guess here?
I couldn't think of anyone. I would have thought Harry Potter or something like that.
Oh, Harry Potter would be a good one.
I can get TV. Fuck.
That's like Friends, isn't it, or something? They got
highest paid child actors in history.
I hope this is like.
I see these are all episode per episode and shit
that.
like that, so I can't find. Let's try and find movie.
This was
4.5 million.
That's insane.
Insane.
That's way more than I thought. Yeah.
He got paid more for Richie Rich, 8 million.
He got 8 million for Richie Rich.
Yeah.
Fuck that cunt.
That's insane.
Fuck that. He made 13 million quid off them 3 films.
That is fucking insane.
That's wild. You know, it's not wild because there are massive films, in fairness, you know, and all that, but also Jesus Christ, like. No wonder they were after.
Oh, I've got it. The highest ever fee given to a child in a movie. Leonardo DiCaprio's girlfriend in the Revenant. I fucked up.
The Revenant.
Shit.
The Revenant.
The Revenant.
Gee, he's broken the curse. Have you heard this?
No.
His current girlfriend turned 26.
Has he never gone beyond?
He's never been with anyone
True
under
love.
The 25 years old. He's went into 26 now.
That's
And
really
everybody's like, he's broken theirs.
That's really nice.
It's really nice. What a way to put it. Oh, finally.
The other facts I've got, the tape recorder thing never existed before this film.
Yeah.
It was just a thing that they made up for the film so they could do the wee gags with it. Afterwards, Tiger Electronics created it and released it as the Talk Boy. There was the version in the film, the grey one, and then a pink and purple counterpart called the Talk Girl for the ladies.
Nice.
And it became the highest selling toy that Christmas after.
Did have one.
On The Late Show with David Letterman, after this film was released, Daniel Stern, who plays Marv, said that Home Alone 2 deserved to have been nominated for a Best Picture Oscar. David Letterman disagreed. Daniel Stern walked off the show, and the two of them have never spoken since. What a mad bastard.
What a mad thing. Like, surely they know. Now, like, first of all, is this just a guy because it's the only thing he's in, really?
I don't know.
Well, that's a right to walk off it as well.
He's fucking great in this as well.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
This is cool. I think this is
fucking funny.
In terms of Hollywood trivia, this is very, very, very cool. Right. In between Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2, Joe Pesci won an Oscar. He's only ever Oscar. For what film?
In what year is this? 2019?
So 1990 was good. Was Home Alone 1.
Yeah, good film.
1992 was Home Alone 2. So he won an Oscar as Best Supporting Actor for Goodfellas.
Okay.
As Tommy, right?
Yeah.
Who do you think presented him with that Oscar at the ceremony?
Oh, Ray Liotta. Who is it?
Brenda Fricker.
Fuck off.
Because she had won Best Supporting Actress the year before because she's the mum in My Left Foot.
That's unbelievable.
That is class.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
That's really, I think that's a cool
That is a
fact.
good one. Yeah.
It's a cool fact. That.
Good old. Well,
Yeah.
there you go. Brenda Fricker. I didn't actually know she won for My Left Foot. I remember in a lot of things. Time to Kill she was in. I remember she was in a Time to Kill.
Yeah, she is in A Time to Kill, yeah.
She was in Ireland. She was mostly like a big stage, like kind of.
She's a great actress.
Stage actress, yeah.
Right.
You always say it's a Piers Morgan thing, isn't it?
Yeah, she looks like Piers Morgan. Well, Piers Morgan looks like her.
Yeah.
It's more of an insult to Piers. Well, I don't know who is more of an insult to.
Yeah,
I think I'd be more raging if it was Brenda Fricker looking like Piers Morgan. Yeah.
Fuck you. Right?
Yeah. I've got a couple of questions.
Okay.
As to this film. Right from the start. So this happens, they keep saying that this is a year after the events of the first film.
Yeah.
Why are they going on holiday again?
And why are they making jokes to the police? Remember, it's like, oh, this has happened again.
Why aren't this family in absolute bits and under severe therapy after what happened in the first one?
Yeah.
Why is Kevin still allowed to stay with them?
Yeah.
Why aren't they in jail or at least in some kind of observational program?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
None of it did. I was glad they covered it. The fact I was like, well, how are these two out of jail? And then he kind of hints that they broke out.
What kind of sentence were they given?
Yeah.
Why were they in such a high security jail that it required a riot for them to break out?
Yeah.
And then, why is that not known by a lot of people, including the McAllister family? You would think that a trial, Kevin would have been called up as a witness, and then they would have been kept informed had the two men that had threatened and attempted to murder their child, if they'd escaped from prison, you'd think the McAllisters would have been informed about that.
None of it really as well. How come? And why, if you were those two, would you go straight after the kid again if you seen him?
Yeah,
you'd be like, well, let's just not draw attention.
Yeah,
we're here for business.
Yeah.
And Toy Story.
How does the Miami police chief not know who the McAllisters are?
Okay, yeah.
Because obviously this is pre-Netflix, but I'm fairly certain a documentary would have been made about the two parents that left their child at home over Christmas, who then foiled a robbery but was almost drowned in their neighbour's house.
Yeah.
They're going to be known. They're going to be known at the airport.
Yeah.
The last thing they're doing is going and fucking... Yeah. That's another question. Why are they still giving him shit?
They fucking treated him like shit the whole... The start as well was not his fault.
He does nothing wrong.
Remember that start thing when Buzz fucking... And everybody's laughing, and then he turns and pushes him, and the whole fucking choir goes down. And then afterwards, they were like... It's like, well, have you got something to say? And I was just like, no, he's in the right here.
It's insane. When she goes up to the attic and says, well, are you ready to apologise? Why isn't Kevin just going, you fucking bitch? less than a year ago, you abandoned me in this fucking... How fucking dare you even question anything that I'm doing?
Yeah.
I should have 10 years worth of doing whatever the fuck I want, considering the trauma I have gone through, that I have miraculously recovered from in a year.
That's what the police department. That's the thing, when they're chatting to the policeman. He's like, "Has this happened before?" And he's like, "So, Mr. McAllister, you're actually obviously celebrities around here for what you did last year." And he's like, "Yeah, well, we found your son in New York, believe it or not. Now, how the utter fuck did that happen?
Yeah,
Yeah." And he goes, "Is he okay?" Of course, he's not okay. Of course, he's not okay. He's fucking chump food.
Do you want to know another supporting thing from? Theory that McAllister's involved with the mob and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Someone did a close up on, when Kevin takes his bag and he's got all the money in an envelope. First of all, you're not like, you would maybe carry money if you're going abroad. Why the fuck are you carrying money when you're going to Miami? It's the same fucking money. You've got your credit cards. Why the fuck are you carrying an envelope full of money, Peter McAllister? Do you know how much is in that? Someone zoomed in, counted how much it is. 12 grand. There's 12 grand in a fucking envelope.
There's something dodgy going on with him. That is more theory.
That's how Kevin's able to fund his lavish 2 days in New York.
Great.
12 fucking grand. What's that? Why is he taking 12 grand to fucking Miami? Because he's paying. He's keeping off the books.
Rob Schneider, by the way, was an odd. What the fuck's Rob Schneider? Oh my god! Have you seen Rob Schneider's stand-up recently?
No. Oh, he's become
he's a big right wing.
Can't say anything these days. Yeah,
you can't fucking say anything. Is like, you never said anything ever before.
I have seen a clip of him doing a bit about how they were a certain US airline were trying to recruit more
I want the
black
best
pilots.
I
just want the best pilots. Is that too much to ask for?
Go back to being the guy that in Adam Sandler films that he sadly puts you in for a while.
But they only you can do it. The only line.
Fuck's sake. He made the most of his one line per movie, but Jesus.
Funny. Right, any more to say? Does I really need a pee?
No. Fuck all, and we have the Patreon all started, so we'll see you over there.
Yeah, we're going to do just various Christmas chats.
And what's next week's? Elf.
We're doing Elf. Ryan's choice. It's your choice
Elf
next week.
Next.
We're doing Elf next week. I'll see what I can come up with theories. I'm going to try and ruin every Christmas film for everyone.
Good. Yeah, this one was fine.
But yeah. This week I'm in Brighton. If anyone's around, I'm at the Comedia.
I'm in Blackpool.
Comedy Station.
To the the real holiday destinations of the UK. Brighton and Blackpool, very opposite ends of a thing.
Blackpool Comedy Station Christmas audiences are going to be.
Fucking hell, it was as bad as Blackfriars last Saturday.
Was it bad?
Oh, whoever came to that, fuck me. Like, you were just trying to chat over these fucking. Do you know what? I'm about to be very Greg Wallace here. Middle-aged woman of a fucking certain age at the front row were just a fucking nightmare. People were chatting the whole way through, so drunk, like couldn't even. Guys were just shouting after every joke, and then other parts of the crowd were trying to shut them up, and like the audience was trying. It's just mayhem, fucking mayhem. Christmas time as comedians.
God. Oh well. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week for Elf. Goodbye.